All right, good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, September 6th. As usual, we'll be doing analysis for US 30, gold, and EU. So currently looking at the daily bias, US 30 is bullish. I'm sorry, my bias is bullish because the last closure of an SAR was above a bullish zone. Gold, my current daily bias is bullish. Same thing, the last closure was above bullish SAR, but you can see gold just printed a sell SAR on the daily. So what this is telling us is that if a daily candle closes below here, then my bias will switch to bearish. EU daily bias is bearish right there. And on the dollar, daily bias is bullish right here because yesterday, so let me change this. So right there, because the last closure was this, let me change this to green right there and then save that. So currently we had this 4-hour entry for US 30, a test and rejection of a double SAR. The only thing is that it came during ideally before market open. So we want to be cautious of trades that come up before market open, especially before New York market open. So I'd sent it in the group right here. I'd sent it in the group right here. Where is that? I'd sent it in the group here. But then I said for entry, you may want to wait post New York to avoid manipulation, or you can just take the risk. So right here, instead of entering it before New York, because the entry came like about 30 or 20 minutes before New York open, you could have been waiting now and wait for a 5-minute live SAR and wait for 2 candle closures above it. So I'm still waiting for that particular trade to show up. So we need like what happened here. So we need this 5-minute live SAR to show up because the trade is already validated. So the other one is gold. Gold here, this almost was a test and rejection entry, but you can see the rejection candle did not necessarily come all the way down. So that was another entry I was looking to enter, but unfortunately it did not validate there. So this was that idea. Well, it depends on how you look at it, because this one, the first one, definitely tested. So this one did not come exactly to that zone, but again, it almost tested it and it closed above. So ideally, that was the entry, but I would have wanted to see the rejection candle ideally test that zone as well. So that would have been another entry on gold as well there, but unfortunately I missed that. This is the trade right here for US 30 that I'm looking at. So again, right, it's important. I prefer not to enter trades immediately before New York open, because if you entered this trade, you could have gotten stopped out during market open. So for this US 30 trade, I'm waiting for a 5-minute SAR to show up, a live 5-minute SAR, and then I will be taking that particular trade. Gold as well. So for me, for gold, let's see on the 5-minute. So gold right here, this is on the 5-minute. Okay, so this is perfect. So if this 5-minute candle on gold closes, so this would be a break and continuation in the 5-minute time frame. So see, so we would need this 5-minute candle to close above this live SAR. So keep in mind, right? So the other thing I mentioned, when these zones come up, so we see that it formed a daily SAR, sell SAR right here, but most of this time, so keep in mind, SAR is stop and reverse, or stop, stop and reverse. So you can see how when it got to this zone, around this zone, it came back up. So keep in mind, for me, my daily bias is still bullish. And when these things come, for example, this one, it's as much as I'm bullish, like when a sell zone comes in, until we have a daily candle closing here, I'm still bullish on gold. So ideally, this can also be a buy zone before any daily candle closes there. So I want to see how this 5-minute candle will close. If this 5-minute candle closes above here, I will be taking a buy on gold, but I don't want it to be so far up. So hopefully wait for it to come back around this zone. US 30 as well. For US 30, we need a 5-minute one. So let's see. I think the gold one will validate before. See for this gold trade. Okay. So that's in 10 seconds. So for this trade, again, normally nowadays I'm risking 0.75% per trade. Now we'll look to enter that trade right there. So I'm in the trade. It went so far due to slippage, but I'm in that trade. I got filled in somewhere around here because of that slippage. Yeah, and then we have news at 10. So let's see. That trade happened so quickly. Let me turn off this markups for now. So that's the trade. So again, once we get to 1:1 risk to reward, we go ahead and set break even. So we have about 15 more minutes till news comes out and you guys can see how the volatility is picking up. So once we reach 1:1, which is about 30 pips, 27 point. So due to slippage, I got filled in a bit higher. So around this zone is where we'll have like that 1:1. And my charts have started to freeze, but the market is really pumping. Even for US 30, I think US 30 is pumping up as well. So I think looking at this, I think this is what? Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So you have this accumulation right here. You have the manipulation down. And then you'll have this coming in there. Yeah, so my charts are even frozen. I'm looking at the pricing on my phone. All right, there she goes. Come on. Hopefully we can hit TP before news comes in. Nice. US 30, I need that. For US 30, I need a 5-minute live SAR to show up. All right, gold is almost at a 1:1. So if we win this trade, we make a quick 1.5%. Yeah, and literally my charts are all frozen. So just monitoring this on the phone. So this just tells you like how much liquidity we have coming into the market. So we need to consider that, and you see those spikes, right? Monday was a holiday. Yesterday was the day after a holiday. So, and yesterday we actually didn't have too much liquidity in the market. So I think a lot of players are coming in today. All right, there goes gold. Nice, 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 nice. We are almost at, give me 1 second. All right, so for this trade, we should go to break. I know we are almost, news is in 10 minutes and we can see all that volatility. So for me, for this trade, I'll just set break even right now. Again, you can see all that. Ideally, the other reason I'm setting break even, so remember I got filled in a little higher because when literally our entry was supposed to be here, but when the market opened, it slipped like right up. So yeah, at this, and it should almost be there. So for me, for this one, I'll just go ahead and set break even. So keep in mind 0.75% risk. So if we win this, that's a nice 1.5% return. So did anybody have anything? Let's see, I know somebody is asking. So we have what is that, about 9 more minutes during news. So I'm hoping we get a push up to TP with this trade. There goes gold. All right, so even at this point, it's already reached that 1:1, even though you are still waiting to set break even. Send a nice little. All right, still there, still holding. Let's see what the others are doing. So US 30, for US 30, I would want to wait. So this is the entry for US 30, but since I was expecting manipulation, US 30, we need to wait for the same thing on the 5 minute here. So we need to wait for a 5 minute live SAR to show up. And actually, I didn't check other SARs in case we had others. Let's see. Change this real quick. The other thing, let me see what we have. So gold is still pushing. Nice. Let me see what we have on the 15 minute and 30 minute when I extend it for US 30. Look at gold. So this was also the hourly, the 4-hour entry on gold right here. So test and rejection. Again, for this one, right, I would have wanted to see this wick come in and actually test this. And actually, this was a triple SAR. But again, still a test and rejection, not a rejection I would have, not the rejection that I wanted. But when I saw this recovery to the upside, that's when I came down to the 5 minute time frame and we entered that trade. So again, guys, so 6 more minutes before news. So with this trade, you should be up like 0.8 or 0.9%. So just keep that in mind. For me, I'll still keep holding. Hopefully we go straight to TP. Worst case, I get taken out at break even, but here's where you can start securing some like 50%. But for the purpose of the live trades, I will hold this as is. What was I looking? I was looking for US 30 right here. Go to the 30 minute. There's nothing there for a double SAR 15 minute. Nothing there. So for US 30, there's nothing for a double SAR on the 15 minute or 30 minute. So okay. There goes gold still pumping. Nice, nice, nice. This is good. So we have about how many more pips to go? $20 more pips to go to full TP. So let's see if we can get that. US 30 still holding. All right, we have 2 minutes before news. And we have 1 minute till news comes in. So again, if you guys are in it, so for me, I'm holding. Whatever happens, happens. So worst case, I'm at break even. But right now you should be at like a 1% gain already. So whether you want to leave that on the table, that's fine. But just know that you can hit break even. But at least best case scenario, you just hit break even and then you wait for another trade. So the news we are having is this one right here. So Canadian news and USD news. So this should ramp up volatility in the market. So that's 10 a.m. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, right. So you can see the importance of break even. So that right there, as much as we are, even for me, I was 1% up, about 1%. You can see the importance of having break even. All right, so we just keep looking and scouting for the next one. So this one again is still not validated. All right. So for this one, again, still watch this 5-minute level right there. Let's see, let me just send this real quick. All right, so let's see what else is there. So gold break even. So what I do now, I come back to the charts, to the hourly and 4-hour charts and look at what we have. So here for gold, so here's another thing for EU. I know I'm bearish on EU. This is the hourly time frame. So this right here could be a break and continuation for EU right here. But you would need 2 hourly candles to close. But right here for gold, what I can see here, we have a green zone right here. So if that's not on the 4-hour, I think that's on the hourly time frame. So this again, this is a triple SAR zone. So we might get a triple SAR test and rejection in the next, if this hourly candle closes above here, and then the next hourly candle tests this zone and rejects it, we might get another buy opportunity on gold around this zone. So keep in mind, however, if this daily candle closes below this sell SAR, tomorrow my bias will be a bearish bias. But until that happens, my bias for gold is still bullish. So this is the condition for me to switch from bullish to bearish, is if we get a daily candle closing below this sell SAR. But until then, my bias remains bullish until we get that. So anyway, so this is this. So for this one, we would need to wait until 12 noon today. For this US 31, so same thing, I would want to see a 5-minute live SAR, but I do expect for US 30, I think it's the same thing. Even for gold, I think it's ideally almost the same thing because you can see this consolidation. So I think, again, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So this one I know was so close to TP, but at least we were at break even. right, so that's the one for gold. For this US 31, let me take this off and look for, so this is the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, the next double is up there or down here. Yeah, so the only trade I can see, unless right now this candle comes up all the way and becomes a bullish candle, I would look to re-enter this trade on the same parameters, but you can see how we have heavy selling pressure right there. So it's just better to wait and see if we get an entry here, or we can get the entry that's down here. So that's why I always mark up these levels, so that I know, okay, I'm not going to take any buys or sells in these zones right here. So I always wait for price to get to the zones that I mark up, and then I wait for those two candle formations, and then I just enter the trades. But for right now, I don't see any other trade that will line up. So you see what's happening here. So this can be a test. And then if the next candle comes in and rejects from here, then at that point, I'll be looking to enter a buy for gold. Yeah, so unfortunately, we got taken out at break even for this trade. I don't see any need of trying to chase it again. I would rather just wait till 12 noon, so 2 hours from now. If we do get this US 31, let me just hang on for a few more moments. If we do get a 5-minute break and continuation of a live SAR, I will take that entry for US 30. But if we don't get it, then that will be it for the day, and then I'll wait for the gold trade. What am I looking at? So we have it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Even if I go to the 1 minute, again, I don't like doing entries on the 1 minute, but this US 30 trade right here on the 4-hour, this trade is still valid. This one, this test and rejection trade right here. That's why I'm waiting for the 5-minute entry. Okay, so there goes a 5-minute live SAR. So I would want 2 5-minute candles to close above here. So to form a break and retest, and then that would be the entry right there. So on the 1 minute, I think it's already forming. And I know we are also having, so I've been playing around with fair value gaps for entries. So that's a fair value gap on the 1 minute. Again, right, that's that live SAR I was waiting for on the 5-minute. So we would need 2 5-minute candles to close above that zone. All right. I'll give it like 15 more minutes, so hopefully we get that. If not, then I'll just call it a day and wait for this entry on gold for the next 2 hours. So I'm hoping we get this in the next. So you see, if you go to the 1 minute, so the entry is there on the 1 minute. Again, I don't make entries on the 1 minute. However, right, there's that fair value gap. So there was this gap right here. That's right here. And you can see price retraced to like 50% of that fair value gap because the entry would have been up here if you're entering on the 1 minute. But if I'm after backtesting, and again, right, I'm still learning about FVGs, but 50% is normally like a good area to make your entries. But anyway, that's still, I'm still learning about fair value gaps, so I really don't want to go over them now. So we need this to happen. So we need a 5-minute candle to close above here. We need the next 5-minute candle after it to close above. And at that point, that's when the buy is going to be for the right backup. All right. I think that will be it for the day, unless you guys have any questions. But you can see volatility is dying down. So, but for this trade, so keep in mind, the validity of the trade came at the 4-hour time frame. We had a test of this double SAR. We had the rejection. It came at 9 p.m., so that 30 minutes before New York Open. I sent it in the group, but I did say, wait, it's better to wait until post New York to avoid any sort of manipulation. So trade is still valid, but the entry, you need a 5-minute live SAR, so which we already have here. So it's just a matter of time before 2 5-minute candles give you that entry right there. But I don't see anything else. So gold, unfortunately, taken out at break even. EU, if we get 2 hourly candles closing below this sell SAR, that will be a sell entry. So keep in mind, my daily bias for EU is bearish, ideally because we have daily candle that closed below a sell SAR. If gold closes below this sell SAR on the daily, tomorrow my bias on gold will be bearish. US 30, I'm still bullish, ideally because of this. And that's another reason why I'm trying to catch this right up. But always wait for confirmation. Always ask yourself, am I trading within manipulation hours? So that's mid New York to mid Asia. So like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I don't recommend people to trade. Also 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is another time to be cautious of, and about 30 minutes before New York Open. Those are just some of the red flags to watch out for while trading. But anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow if you guys don't have any questions. All right, see you guys.